What's up, y'all? It's your boy J Bass with darklightsounds.com. In today's video, we're gonna be going over NBA Youngboy type beat. Okay, this beat comes from the NBA Youngboy sound pack, which you can get at darklightsounds.com. And I made this beat right off of it. It's already done, but I'm just kind of just show you what I did and things that you can also implement when you're dealing with loops, you know, especially if you're one that like needs to use a lot of loops so you can create a lot of beats, you know, really quickly. But what I did was I used, this is the sample that I used right here. I'm gonna go ahead and play it for y'all. It sounds like this. It's a bit loud. All right, so that's the actual loop. But what I did was I took a lot of parts out and I rewrote it a little bit because, you know, I just needed an idea. That's the good thing about loops. It gives you an idea, you know, that you can really, you know, ideas that you can take and expand on it. So basically, let's see, I have parts that I used. The only part I used in here out of the sound pack was actually the organ. Everything else, what I did was I just went and got the MIDI parts and I slid them in and put my own sounds to it, you know, that I use. Some of my go-to plugins that I use in sounds. So one of the sounds I used, other than the organ, was the piano sound, and I used this VST called Ignite, and I used the piano. They call it My Way. It's a really nice sound, and I'll let you hear what I did with it, with that extra piano. So let me just solo it. Just play just the piano part, and this is what it sounds like. And then let me make it a little smaller so y'all can see all the parts. There we go. All right, so kind of play that piano with it. I mean, that organ with it. And it has that nice strum effect. You know, when you have each note coming at one time, but it comes real fast. Brown, 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 brown. All right, and that's a technique you can also use. Usually when you doing a piano part, that's usually when you usually hear them, you know. And they do it with other sounds, but usually that's more common with piano. And then, so I used the piano part there. And then what I did was also I used another sound called the Waspinator. And that comes, the plugin I used was Hummer, that comes with FL Studio. Well, depending on the license. If you got just a basic FL Studio program, then you have to actually buy this separate. I actually bought it separately. I think now once you buy, like, I think it's either the signature bundle or some other bundle, I don't remember the name. But if you buy the full bundle, then it automatically comes with it. But this Hummer plugin is a very powerful plugin. I use it a lot. It's one of my go-to plugins, and it sounds really good. So I'm gonna let you hear that part. And what I did was I substituted this sound in for the lead on this MIDI part. It was a lead, so I put in the Waspinator, and I think I rewrote it a little bit too. But let me let you hear it. So that's the Waspinator sound. And other things I did too, I added some effects. I added ran into the bus, it's my auxiliary, and I added a delay. Okay, so that's where you're gonna get like that delay sound that you'll hear when you hear the actual full beat. And one other thing I did was I used an FX plugin that comes in FL Studio as well. And what I did was I took out the Waspinator original sound is a high frequency sound. It has more high frequencies in it. So I got rid of the high frequencies and used some of the low frequencies. So I'm gonna disengage the effector, and so you can hear what it sounds like originally. Kind of more of a brassier type sound, you know, or like a bee or a wasp, zzz, you know, but real high. So that's what I did. So with this, I took the high frequency out and made it more of a mellow sound. All right, you hear the delay right there. So that effector is really a good, powerful plugin too, you know, that you can use to manipulate your sound, you know. There's a lot of different features in here that you can use, but that's usually one of my main go-to features is that filter. You know, they could use your modulations, X mod, Y mod, you know, play around with it, you know. So let's see, what else did I use? Then I have my bass, the bass guitar on here. I didn't use an 808 on this time. I actually used a bass, and I use the 808 Studio. It's another Ignite VST, and I think they do have a newer version of this, you know. But you know, I'm fine with what I have, so it works just fine for me. You know, it sounds really good. I didn't really have to do any alterations to the plugin itself. It's called Bang, the actual sound, but I called it Mega Drop. You know, but it sounds really good. Nice, good bass plugin. So, and I'm gonna play it. Let me see if I can read the other parts. Okay, that's the intro. That's why. So I gotta go to intro too. Just start right here. No, that's my hi-hats. Uh-oh. Did I mute my bass plugin? That's why. Okay. So let me go back to here. And I did that in the high range and I went low with it. It sounds really good all together with the mix all together, which I'm about to let y'all hear. So let me get these parts back up. There we got that. Put my organ back in, all my parts in. We're gonna start it from the beginning. I'm gonna kind of go through it, some of the other things I did with this beat. All right, so start from the beginning. That's the delay and the Waspinator. Okay, so y'all pretty much hear how the beat is sounding. Now, another thing I wanted to point out is also when that waspinator comes in, start back at the chorus, is that you have in the rhythm, it's something also another strategy or technique y'all can use in your beats is if you listen to the beat has more of a straight beat to it, right? Let me mute the lead, the waspinator. All right, so that's more like a straight beat. Like 2, 3, 4. All right, now the waspinator doesn't have a straight beat. If you listen to that lead, it actually has a swing feel to it. Okay, so it helps the beat. It helps give the beat like a swing sound, a swing feel. Sorry, like a swing feel, you know. So let me play the waspinator or the lead. Waspinator is another form of a lead, but let me play this lead so you can hear the swing feel to it. Okay, so instead of a straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, it has like a either triplet or like a day to day rhythm. Okay, so when you have a straight beat with a swing or straight rhythm with a swing rhythm, what you have what is called polymeter. You have like 2 different meter sounds. Okay, so I have to go into detail what meter, break down in detail what actual meter is, because there's different meters. Right now we're in a 4/4 meter, which is 4 beats in each bar. Okay, but that waspinator gives it more like a triplet feel, something that would be you probably hear in 6/8 time or 3/4 time. All right, like I said, that'll be a whole nother video to do, dealing with time signatures that I'll be doing now. But it gives it a multi-meter feel. Okay, so that's something that you can also utilize in your beats. And when you get loops and you need to rewrite some stuff, you can implement that idea in your beats. Okay. So let's see. So other than that, let me see, make sure. Yeah, I showed you all the plugins that I used for this. And I got my drums, of course. And that's pretty much the beat. I'll let you hear it out. Here's some more of it. So that's pretty much the whole beat right there, other than just keep repeating back and forth, verse, chorus, and it fades out, but y'all get the idea, so so you see my plugins that I use, so never, that's something you can always look into doing, when you get those loops, if you're, you listen to the song, loop the loop, and you kind of want to go a different way with it, you can always put your other plugins in there by just simply dragging the MIDI in and just put your another sound in there, and then you can edit your rhythms, your notes, change it up a little bit, make it your own, always be creative, you know what I'm saying? So other than that, that's it for today's video. It's your boy Jay Bass with darklightsounds.com. And if you like this loop here, I got a whole sound pack called the NBA Youngboy sound pack. Get it at darklightsounds.com. Other than that, see y'all in the next video. All right.